hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Now it's in the hands of the judge. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It is Tuesday, April 7th, 2015. The sky's clear. It's a chilly 23 degrees in Missoula. And our newscast this morning, sponsored by Dr. Troy Doxey, the friendly team over at Chiropractic Works. They're dedicated to chiropractic solutions. For your appointment, call 728-0222. Of course, today's top story, attorneys on both sides of the Mountain Water condemnation lawsuit used their most persuasive closing arguments yesterday as they attempted to convince District Judge Karen Townsend that their side should prevail. At issue, the question of whether the city of Missoula proved beyond a reasonable doubt that acquiring the privately owned Mountain Water Company through condemnation is in the best interests of its citizens. For the city, Harry Schneider used a compelling image to portray the amount of water lost through leakage in the present mountain water system in just 1 year's time. He used Washington Grizzly Stadium as a reference, with a total of over 85,000 square feet, and how high the water would tower over the stadium.
If you get to the end of the year, that column of water above the football field, to account for all the lost water, would have to be 2.42 miles in the air.
From Mountain Water, labor attorney Gary Zadek urged Judge Townsend to take into account how the employees of Mountain Water will be harmed by a decision for the city.
So what we have here, Your Honor, is the undisputed testimony in the record that my clients will be harmed. Some will have 12 months, some will have 5 years, but the city just hasn't answered what the Supreme Court said the last go-around. You can't harm them. And if the city intends to negotiate off of what they have now as far as pay matrices, benefits for the remainder of their employment terms, they're harmed. And that prevents the city's ownership from being more necessary.
In closing, Schneider appealed directly to Judge Townsend.
Our courts are a wonderful institution, state and federal. You can walk through those doors, and if you have a just cause, you get a just result. That's all the city seeks, a just result, the opportunity to pay just compensation for the water system.
Judge Townsend gave each side 2 weeks to submit written briefs before she'd make a decision. Both sides have already indicated that no matter what the decision, the case would be appealed to the Montana Supreme Court. A Montana man has pleaded guilty to wire fraud and money laundering after prosecutors said his companies ran up $70 million in unauthorized charges on phone bills across the nation in what was called a cramming scheme. The U.S. Attorney's Office says cramming involves tricking customers into paying for services they didn't authorize or receive. They say 59-year-old Stephen Sands' case involved voicemail accounts and fax services people may have unwittingly signed up for while answering questions on websites offering free products or job search assistance. Authorities say hundreds of complaints about monthly charges from $9.95 to $24.95 led Sands' companies to return more than $40 million. Sands' attorney Peter Lackney said the plea agreement recommends a 2-year prison term when Sands is sentenced in July. A 40-year-old Missoula man who allegedly chased a vehicle on Highway 93 South near the intersection of Blue Mountain Road Saturday while brandishing a handgun at the occupants. He appeared in Justice Court Monday. Brian Perini appeared via video from the jail. Deputy Missoula County Attorney Sean Thomas asked Judge Karen Orzek for high bail.
In this case, the state is requesting $20,000 bail. As the defendant just stated, he has a prior felony conviction. His criminal history shows several revocations of that sentence. He just recently got off felony probation and is federally prohibited from even possessing this gun.
Perini's attorney appeared in the courtroom to argue that his client has numerous serious medical issues and is on heavy prescription drugs. He asked Judge Orzek for a reduced bail so that his client could receive the medical attention he needed. Orzek reduced the bail to $10,000. Perini's been released on bond. He'll appear again on April 20th. A Lockwood man charged with breaking into a house and trying to kidnap a 13-year-old girl has pleaded guilty to burglary and attempted kidnapping in an agreement that recommends he be sentenced to 20 years in prison. The Billings Gazette reports 37-year-old Lester Harley McFerrin entered his pleas yesterday. District Judge Gregory Todd has not scheduled a sentencing date yet. Prosecutors say the girl woke up early March 26 to find a man sitting on her bed with handcuffs. She yelled and kicked until he ran off. Court records say she grabbed a pocket knife from under her pillow, ran to the kitchen, and yelled at the man to leave while calling 911. A sketch based on the girl's description led to McFerrin's arrest. He remains jailed. $400,000 bail. An indictment of New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez on bribery and corruption charges could end up haunting Montana's senior Senator John Tester during his upcoming re-election campaign. Yesterday, the Montana Republican Party sent out a press release highlighting the tester had taken thousands of dollars from Menendez's New Millennium PAC. Montana Republican Party Chairman Will Deshaw says it smacks of hypocrisy.
We're just trying to bring out the hypocrisy of Senator Tester and also the governor on the fact that they're using money that they complain that Republican Party has used for years and shouldn't be. We just find it a bit of hypocrisy for the two of them who complain so much about money that other people raise, that they're out doing the same thing.
Deshaw says Tester received money from the New Millennium PAC during both of his elections and should give the money to charity.
We have a record that he received $5,000 from Menendez in 2010 and another $5,000 in 2012. Or a source says that Democrat Senator Bennett, who received $10,000 from Menendez, gave it to charity. It was in Politico on the 2nd.
Bennett of Colorado isn't the only Democrat donating Menendez money to charity. Fellow Democrat Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota announced she would be doing the same last Thursday. Well, the Montana Supreme Court's making a road trip to the University of Montana to decide a case before the public regarding travel companies paying online taxes to the state. Associate Law Professor Pippa Browdy said the case will be heard here in Missoula Friday.
Whether the online travel companies are liable for any Montana sales taxes or lodging taxes, the hotel rooms and rental vehicles, it helps to reserve and book for its customers.
Browdy said the amount of damages involved has for some reason not been revealed by either side.
No, there isn't, and it's sort of a big mystery to us all about how much money is at stake here. But we know that it's got to be for a significant amount of money, but unfortunately there are no dollar figures in any of the briefs or filings that I've read.
And the case will be free and open to the public at the Denison Theater, arguments beginning at about 10 a.m. Finally, U.S. safety officials say tank cars carrying oil or ethanol by rail urgently need to be retrofitted to make them more fire-resistant after a spate of explosive accidents in recent months. The National Transportation Safety Board issued a series of recommendations yesterday, calling for tank cars to be fitted with protective systems better able to withstand fire than the bare steel construction now widely in use. The board also said a decade-long retrofit timeline suggested by the tank car industry was simply too long to wait. Our news talk time now is 6:10.
KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
It's a chilly start this morning, but temperatures this afternoon will be near normal as our highs top out in the mid to upper 50s. Mostly sunny skies are expected, but increasing clouds tonight with our lows right around the freezing mark. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.